Now, and in Kumasi, police and military personnel have been deployed to force defiant traders off the pavement and other unauthorized places. It follows the traders' refusal to comply with an order by city authorities for all traders and transport operators to relocate to the city's race course and other designated markets. Some of the affected business people have argued they have been unable to secure spaces at the new sites. Love FM's Kwesi Deborah reports.
The Kumasi Traditional Council teamed up with Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly to relocate traders occupying pavements and unauthorized places in Kumasi last week. The move follows an eviction notice served by the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council calling for vacation of such places by Monday. The arrangement also precedes the final funeral rites of the late Asantehima Efiakobi Sewampem II. The movement of traders from some parts of Adum, Kejetia, Pampaso and the Kumasi Zoo has, however, suffered a setback. Security forces were seen standing at vantage points in the central business district, but the traders wouldn't have any of that.
Region where we're standing specifically is a PZ Adum. As you can see, the streets are hollow, the streets are empty. There used to be cars all around here, taxi cabs and also trotro, but they are all not here as a result of the decongestion exercised by the KMA. Today they've been pleased and also joint military and police action. The traders are still back on the road. We're going to speak with them why they decided to stand in the streets and do their business. That about your process? I thought I say military and police but what that's why I didn't.
Oh, and I said that's why I say anybody obey no man opposite or trap come to there. So that's and as you said there in penny phone be this one. A compass was musician man or a joint and chassis. Any pass opposite
there should have been a proper dialogue. Evicting us when you are in power isn't proper. I don't like the military action.
What count 2 or more? Maybe on me anybody have 40,000, 50,000. That's what people more call. I said military, Afghanistan. I can talk about how was the military.
Ofi wono ye betu firi wa ontimi ye de ontimi firi ho kwa we gina gina wa kra se de be ya so ho de na ntimi ansa na we kwa na wako ande wo ho ye si egu ha ye nkwatena ho e fa ankosie ye se ha ye bode ye hima entosi hima
We can't vacate here easily like that. No matter the force, we would have to return.
Me cry me buy I am to see a family, Makotolati Minu. A family, Duomu, yes, Ropa, Bano Cradi, one BB. Yes,
we are afraid of the military action.
And
it's my energy. None of me say, me MPP Nipio, and this time I'm on 2 years. Mama party
the Abinchi market is not conducive for us. They have sold them out to others. I am a member of the NPP. We want Nanado to take action.
And wash MPP for I'm a good anymore as if MPP.
Baby, I'm the honey, my said been previous. Some more feeding any drew or money or come.
Okay. The Abinchi market is not properly arranged to accommodate us. We went there but couldn't get a place.
And I only have been soon to me quite an hour's away a day. Okay, just a baby hour now. Uber question we now we are the end.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
Back to the capital now, and there was wild jubilation at the Abosiokai Spare Part Hub after the Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta read his first budget in 2017. The minister had announced plans that President Akufo-Addo-led government would abolish some taxes, including import duties on specific vehicle parts. After the 2018 budget was read yesterday, with the Finance Minister reiterating the point about the scrapping of the taxes on specific vehicle parts, we have been finding out from the spare parts dealers whether this has reflected in their pockets.
And you remember that in the 2017 budget, when the finance minister read the budget, I mean, a lot of the spare parts dealers here were raptured into a state of hilarity. They were excited because the finance minister announced that they were going to abolish some taxes. The one that they were directly connected to was the one that had to do with the importation of spare parts. A lot of them here were very excited. In fact, yesterday, when the finance minister read the budget, in fact, he reiterated that they have indeed abolished the tax on the importation of specific vehicle parts. Well, today we are here at Abosio Kana, as rightly mentioned, to find out from some of these spare parts dealers how they feel about it, and then 1 year on, what it has been like, for them.
They are still paying the taxes. And even if some of us, we are not, the reason why we are not feeling it as it's supposed to be is it's not all of us that can go to port. Only a few people can import goods, and we are retailers. If only the few people, those who can come in with the goods, they are about 10 or 100 people. And with the retailer, we are more than them, meaning those who are bringing the goods will enjoy that taxes. We at Abosoka's retailers, we are not benefiting anything from that.
Last year budget and this year's budget, I know sir, there's only 1 year. You can't adjust any government. You can't give injection. So 1 year, let's give them opportunity, or let's give them small time. He can do it. I know sir, Nana can do it. Because if you go port now, everything is very, very, very good. Everything is going well. Because our Excellency Vice President has told us that if you go Harbor, you spend more time. It is going well. See, I cleared my container only last week. Only 4 hours. Container is out.
Wow.
Yes.
Is it because of the paperless?
Yes, that paperless is going well. Okay. It's very, very, very good idea. So I will support the government to do it. Because only 1 year, you can't judge him. Let's give it about 1 or 2 years. He can deliver.
Well, he's saying, your colleague is saying that he's not feeling, the tax cuts.
Still watching Joy News today, and we'll stay with issues having to do with the budget that has been read, because chief among the policies of the current administration is the industrialization of the nation, including the creation of 216 district factories. There was also the creation of strategic anchor industries and industrial parks with the purpose of migrating our economy from taxation to production. Government has, however, been accused of being overambitious and unrealistic with its targets, especially since after 10 months in office, these factories are yet to be constructed. We have with us the Vice Chairman of the Trade, Industry and Tourism Committee of Parliament, MP for Shama Ato Pamford, to help us understand government's roadmap for industrialization in the coming year. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you, Daniel.
So, help us understand. You promised we promised to see 10 factories in June. Now we are saying that we'll see over 100 of them before the end of the year. How come we are seeing this delay?
Thank you very much, Daniel, and then good afternoon to all our viewers and the listeners. I think, to me, I think what we're trying to do is trying to make sure that we put on the whole foundation blocks in a better structure to ride upon it. Now we must know that this budget, 2018 budget, stands to put certain key things in terms of power, energy, that sort of thing, in the perspective to be able to boost up industry. We want to really change the dynamics. If we have to drive them in all the 275 districts of the whole nation, then we need to carefully look at what each district brings on board. Now, where we are now is that we are at the point where the DITs, the district implementation teams, are going on the grounds to look at all those projects which has been shortlisted for its full implementation. So now the next thing that we are going to see is that we will be seeing these DITs moving on to review most of all those sort of proposals, and then from there forwarded back to the ministry for us to quickly start the implementation.
But why couldn't we do all these? Because we had the impression that all this had been done, and as soon as we come in, we'll begin seeing the factory springing up soon.
Yes, in fact, in terms of the research and on the kind of raw materials and etc. that are endowed within the specific district, I think all these data are all there already. But one of the components is that you must have a promoter from the private sector to indicate that, yes, I'm interested in this kind of business or that's so that we can synchronize it up. The government's policy and whole target is at least get one exportable commodity from each district. And by that, and we send out at least one factory per a district, and then by that, we can have some other rippling ones, Okay. When you come to Shama like this, we're looking at a fishing net, and ropes manufacturing factory there. It was surprising to know that the whole of ECOWAS, there's no fishing net and accessories production here. It is only in Ghana that we have the fishing floats, which one of our companies were doing in the past. But now we have to look at what are we going to do to also be able to drive out, to balance our trade and etc. And that is through export. And so we must be able to look at these exportable commodities. So
what caused the delay in what you're telling me is finding the private sector participation to be able to partner governments to set up these factories?
Yes, the ministry has been able to receive a lot of proposals, but then the promoters will have to engage the district assemblies and then also make sure that, all their corporate structures are right in the place. And these exercise and screen has been done. Now, what we are doing, or where we are now from the Ministry of Trade, not to speak for them, but then, because I work with them most of the time, I know what actually is being done, is that we are at a point where we're going to pick up the financing point. And then we need to look at all the corporate structures and everything, that everything is in place. Then we can link them to the financing. I'm sure you're very aware about the GCB's, commitment to do almost about 2 billion Ghana cedis in terms of that, and then the grant component also that to facilitate the financials, write-ups, and then the business.
Isn't this cost coming to the taxpayer eventually, because GCB is largely a state asset?
No, I'm talking about GCB, Ghana Commercial Bank.
Yeah, but fact, GCB is owned majority.
Yeah, no, but it's social corporate responsibility component is where they are putting up the grant to do that. But then, at the rate at which they are trying to give to their promoters, I think it's quite a very interesting point to look at it. We are positioned to try and drive industry, and then I think that is the key thing that we are trying to do. But then the financial institutions or the DFIs who have now come on board are all looking at the possibilities of.
But how did we miss the June deadline of 10 factories?
The June deadline, not that we missed that, there were initial groundworks that nice, and then we've been able to go through that one. So they have been prepared, like I was saying, that most of them are now ready to assess the facilities which are available now.
Right. So Mr. Pamford, before you let us go, there's a plan for industrial parks on the ground.
Yes, I think, almost every region is supposed to be creating a mega industrial park. And then for me and then Shama, we are quite opportune that we already even have a free zones enclave there, which is going to be converted into an industrial park. And then with this one, I think there's even a company called the Black ID, who has come to pick up a portion of free zones, and then they started clearing the place, preparing for interested, promoters or investors to come over there and then start doing business. And I think